Hi, this is Macy's Group 8, and we'll be briefly discussing our innovation concept for the new Macy's experience. So, really quickly to bring you up to speed on some of the pain points that customers are experiencing right now, what we identified is the store is a mess, which also causes associates to spend too much time rearranging and cleaning instead of interacting with customers. There's touchpoint madness, and that kind of leads itself to a lot of noise within the store. Customers have a difficult time finding items, and even when they do find the right item, finding that item in their size. And at the same time, they also have a difficulty finding an associate when they need one. They have their hands full, which prevents them from shopping and interacting with the store in the way that they'd like. And the overall store experience feels impersonal and a little bit big box rather than something catered to an individual. So, without further ado, we're going to kind of walk through some of our storyboards and customer journeys that we have as illustrations of our concept. In this concept, most of the items have been removed from the floor. Each clothing item is only displayed as a singular item, which will make sense in just a few moments. And other than that, I think we're all ready to go. Here is the Macy's shopping experience of the future.
So customers can either use wearable, which is a smart bracelet, or Macy's app to do the shopping. Wearables are especially meant for customers that are new to Macy's and don't want to download the app. But customers with the app can also choose to use the wearables. At the entrance, the customer would be greeted by an associate and be given an identifying wearable that enables tapping to shop. After user browses all the clothes and finds one she likes, she can tap the bracelet to become attached to the clothes. Then the information of that clothes will appear on the web interface. Customer can check availability, select size, color, and send it to dressing room. In this way, customer can continue shopping without holding the clothes, which we think significantly improves their shopping experience. After the customer has found several clothes she likes, she can go to the dressing room. An associate would greet her, have all her items prepared, and walks her to the dressing room. Customer can call the associate for help anytime using the in-room screen inside the dressing room. After a customer decides what to buy, she can synchronize the items to the kiosk by tapping the bracelet, then check out by herself.
In this next experience, this would be for a customer who is more experienced. They have a prior Macy's account, and they have the mobile application on their mobile device already. So when they enter the store, they'll receive a personal greeting on their phone automatically that will say hello and their name. It will give them sales information, any offers, and it will detail associates who may have been available before and assisted them that maybe they like very much. So as this customer is browsing through the store, she finds an item that she likes, and she can tap her phone against the item, and a beacon will register that. On the phone, she'll be able to choose size, color, check availability, and there's a little bit more functionality here. She can send it to the dressing room. She can automatically check out with it, or send it to her wish list. She goes to the dressing room just as before. The associate greets her just as before, but with more personal information because of the mobile app integration. The checkout experience is a little bit more speedy as well. She can use the mobile application to go ahead and check out, review the items as with the kiosk before, and make her purchase.
Great. So, with those storyboards in mind, we can take a slightly more detailed look at how exactly this would play out. And we have a customer journey and associate map that shows really what the store experience would look like at a more granular level. I'd invite you to pause and take a look. We'll be progressing through the journey over a period of kind of segmented slides here. Mainly, the experience has been laid out in the previous storyboard, but there are some other attributes that I'd like to point out. One of them is that the associates will also have an app. And on this app, it will give them data about customers, their names, and their preferences, as well as allow them to provide a better degree of customer service that has hotspots showing where customers are congregating, as well as identifies patterns that may typify a confused or frustrated shopper and allow them to intercept them before the experience goes awry. So as you can see, this is the beginning of the journey. We've taken this from the standpoint of a very typical customer, 35 to 65 and female, and kind of kept the personas out of it to keep all of the options available. They enter the store, as you can see on the left side, and they're greeted by an associate because this particular individual doesn't have the app yet and is unfamiliar with the process. As they go through the journey, they choose to download the mobile app. And the idea here is that you don't have clothes in your hands at any point. You're basically able to tap the items that you want, and after tapping, immediately find out if the item is available in the store. If it's not, you can get all of the options laid out for how you can get access to that item. If it is, you can direct it to one of three places, either the dressing room, the checkout, or if you can't buy it today, your wish list. Your wish list will later send you updates about whether or not the item's on sale in the future, if it's available in the store in the future, and all sorts of other things like that. So as this person continues on their journey, they are intercepted by associate number 2 in orange, who recognizes that they're new to a section and asks if they need help. Since they kind of have a good sense of what's going on, they turn down the help for now, but they do feel that kind of sense of connection with an associate. After browsing and touching, she finds an item that she likes. She taps the phone to the rack, and on her phone, chooses the size that she wants and sends it to the dressing room. She looks at some of the recommendations provided by the app that make outfits or complement those items or things that are also potentially items that she would like. But for now, she turns them down. So as you can see, this is the beginning of the dressing room experience, and that's another major touch point that we're hoping to renovate. Right now, the dressing rooms are stark, cold, and they don't have that personal touch that makes you want to stay in them and buy things. And those are all things that we're looking to change in a much more comfortable and personal dressing room. There's a screen in the dressing room that allows you to interface with associates and find new sizes and also communicate without having to put all your clothes on and leave the stall. There's also wireless phone charging because since the experience relies so heavily on your phone, you might run out of battery, which hopefully is circumvented by you having this station in your dressing room. There's a nice seat and some other luxuries that kind of go along with it. And also potentially some environmental changes that can help you really envision what you're wearing in the environment that you will be wearing it in. So in this particular journey, the customer finds out that the size that they thought was right for them is not the correct size. And so they use the interface in the dressing room to order a new size. An associate would then get an update that this needed to happen. And this touches on the last component of our innovation, which is a delivery system, an automated delivery system that basically brings things from the warehouse area to the dressing room, and then from the dressing room to the checkout area without humans having to be involved in the actual transportation. This kind of goes along with our new layout for Macy's that hopefully some of you guys can help us out with. So moving forward more through the journey, she decides that she likes that particular item, and she uses her phone to assign it to the checkout area. As she leaves behind all of the items that she didn't want. She says goodbye to the associate, who makes sure to give her kind of a personal touch hello, and walks over to the checkout area where she can use a kiosk to check out on her own. Her items will then be brought to her. If she has the mobile app and she becomes a returning customer, she can actually just check out straight on the app in the future. Additionally, if she used a bracelet, at this point she would return the bracelet, and there will be many places throughout the store to return and grab bracelets if you choose to do so. Then she leaves the store, and that's the overview of the Macy's experience. There's some other details and some granular bits that we'd like to get into, but for the purposes of this video, we'll just breeze past those. If you have any questions when we meet next week, we'd love to hear what you got to say and hopefully work together in the future. Thanks. Bye. Don't make any